hear the reasoning of wisdom and respond effectively and promptly to resolve this issue, good for them. But if they are not ready, are we going to be tired? Are you going to be tired? Because already our children have been alienated completely. I was told over 10 million children in Nigerian public institutions, including 3 sets that are even hanging in the balance because their admission have not been sorted out. 3 sets. Their life and everything is hanging in the balance because there was no admission for 3 sets. This is the situation. Comrade, we must be angry because this is not what we bargained for. We bargained for credible leadership. We bargained for good government that will listen to us, because democracy is all about the people. It is people first in democracy, and you cannot talk of people without quality education. So, comrades, that is why we are here. We will continue from here, but our leadership will also speak to us along the line, because we want to make sure that we're able to reach the National Assembly in good time so that we can deliver your message. But the point must be made very clear. This is just the beginning. And all of you must be ready to salvage the country and salvage the education sector at all levels. Because all the unions, including the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, colleges of education, of universities, of non-academic, of senior staff, all of them have issues, and those issues are straightforward. Some of them are not even monetary, they are about policy issues. But yet, our leaders cannot listen to fix those issues. It has been promise upon promises, and those promises have not been kept. We are tired. Are you tired? If they are not tired, we cannot also be tired. But we are tired of their antics. That antics cannot fly again. We must take our destinies in our own hand. We must take our destinies, and that of our children is very important and fundamental. And that is why we are conscious. I'm happy. They were saying that we are a threat to security. Are workers a threat to security? Are we a security threat? We are an asset to the country. It is their action that is actually a security threat. We have faces. Everywhere that the protests have taken place, it has been peaceful. And therefore, we are not a threat, but their action is a threat to democracy. And we must reiterate, where leaders are afraid of people coming together, especially organizations like Labour, to hear their views and give perspective, it means the government is not actually for the people. Because elsewhere around the world, even in the midst of public emergency like COVID, people are still protesting. Nobody's right to protest have been alienated. Nobody's right to protest have been challenged. And comrades, we must realize that fact. No threat, no intimidation. In fact, I was saying yesterday that some of them in this current dispensation, political elite also protested. They are on the streets with us. Some of them join us. Very soon, the documentary of NLC at 40 will be launched. And we have pictures of some of them there joining NLC in a similar rally to say that we are a very credible organization and that we need to reset the country. So we are resetting the country to make sure that our leaders do what is right. I want to salute all our unions for being on strike for 5 months, some 3 months. Their salary has been stopped. It is criminal to stop the salary of a worker whose only fault is to demand that a collective bargaining agreement validly signed should be respected. In other climes, it is even the workers that will actually deploy no pay, no work. But shamelessly, they deploy no pay, no work, no pay. Nowhere in the law that I know, under the ILO conventions that guides industrial relations globally, do you have such a draconian law. We thank governors because some of them spoke yesterday to say that they will not stop the salary of their state university workers. We commend them, and we commend those governors that came out openly also to support what is happening. because they realize leadership is about taking responsibility, not about complaining. Leadership is about finding solution, not about giving excuse. We are tired of excuse. We are tired of lamentation. We want solution. We want the issues to be fixed. That is why we are here, comrades. And therefore, we must be ready. We must be ready. This is just the first phase. The second phase, which we are aware, is the 3-day national strike. I hope they will be reasonable. I hope they will listen, because we have sent the message very clear and loud that we will not allow few political elites to destroy the future of millions of Nigerian youths. Most of them that are holding office today benefited from free quality public university education. True of us. Some of them, they are from poor families, from poor background. They tried to school, but yet they benefited from scholarships. They benefited from bursary. They benefited from quality public education. Today, they are destroying the very ladder they use in arriving at where they are. Shame to them. Shame to them. Shame to them. I have checked this morning the records around the world of how intellectuals are actually treated, how university systems are run, and it will amaze you. In fact, I just googled what is the average salary of a professor. Even within the context of Africa, nowhere have I seen less than $2,000. But today, the highest paid professor in Nigeria is less than even $600, because of the fact that our currency had been on a free fall. The economy is about to collapse. That is the fact. And therefore, it's not acceptable. In fact, in other climes, if you see the university system, in fact, it will amaze you, because teaching and learning facilities are there and they have been improved. Library is of standard and everybody takes his responsibility fully. But here, workers cannot even feed their family. A loaf of bread that used to be 300 naira is now 1,000 naira. 1,000 is 1,000 naira. And therefore, with your 30,000 naira, you can only buy 30 loaves of bread, one per day. There is hardship, and everybody knows. They all know. It's only the political elites that are insulated from the hardship that Nigerians are passing through. So, comrade, it's a wake-up call. It's a clarion call. It's a very patriotic call. We don't want the country to collapse on us, and therefore that is why we are waging pillars that can actually sustain this country, because it's quality education that will sustain this country. If we deny our children quality education, they will become menace to the society, and all of us will be sleeping with our eyes open. That is the reality, comrades, and that is what is happening around the world. So it's a wake-up call. We are going to start our march. Every union behind the leadership. We must take instruction, because we are orderly, and therefore we want to deliver the message. So once again, comrades, I thank all our leadership. I thank all of you, our foot soldiers, that anytime we call, you will always respond. We don't pay. It's only in politics that they have to hire people. We don't hire people. They know that. And that's why I'm happy every worker has his own identity, either with the cap that indicates his union, or on the shirt that indicates where he's coming from. I want to once again, and we must respond to it effectively. Solidarity, solidarity. So as we go forward, we'll take some of the addresses so that we can be able to save some time and also deliver your messages. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Yes.
Greatest Nigerian workers. Articulate Nigerian workers. Comrades, will have a big banner here. That banner will be in front. The banner is going to the gate. I plead with us to wait. The leaders will be behind the banner and then we'll follow, so that there won't be any issues of unidentified persons. Go live there, come and climb up.
We are praying that you decongest the van, please. Let's decongest the van.
Please allow the leadership to be directly behind the banner, and then we can move. You have to move this to the front.
The van will go forward. Please, can we clear off a bit for the van to be in front? Can we give room for the van to come forward, please? Thank you, comrades. Give way for the van to come forward. Thank you. At the back of the van. The big banner should be at the back of the van, please.
Sebastian, where is the banner? Take the banner to where the president is. Please, workers, go behind the banner, not the van. Go behind the banner, not the van. Workers, go behind the banner, not the van.
Comrades, go behind the banner, not the van.
The police cannot show the criminals for come and
I have to subscribe.
Thank you, Nigeria worker. We should all go behind the banners, comrades. Behind the banner, behind the banner. If you want to join us, you should go behind the banner, please. Behind the big banner. Behind the big banner, please.
Behind the banner.
Yeah.
We are aware that national interest of
Papa, you are blocking, Papa.
please, cameramen, place your camera, other people like you don't put your camera so that come to your mouth, so calm down.
Please, drive up.
You can't see you there, you drive up.
President, come on, please, come on,
Comrades, we promise that at one junction, we promise you at the takeoff that at this particular junction you will hear from Sanu, you will hear from NAS, and then when we proceed further, you will hear from NAS, and you will hear from our civil society brothers and NAT. So at this junction, it is my singular honor to welcome with a thunderous round of applause President of Sanu to give us his 2 minutes. Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian students! President Ayuba, our most distinguished comrades that are here, we have heard it from the president of ASU. The story is long, but we shall try to trim it. We must try to tell you why we have to come this long and this far. Aside from the issues that he has raised, you need to understand that and our students require the best. And what they need is that they should be taught, they should be guided to undertake researches, and the university also extends community services. If you look at these 3 core mandates, these are the things that the university staff do. Now, beyond the issue standard, if you go to any university community, there are people who undertake businesses. You can just imagine the number of taxi drivers that have become poorer. You can imagine the number of caterers who run our cafeterias, how have they become poorer, including even the yellow boys that get what to eat within the university community. Now, this is 13 years between 2009 and now. We've had agreements. The 4 university-based unions, we've signed agreements. And in that agreement, there is a portion where it says that after every 3 years, we must renegotiate. We must come back to the table. We must look at issues as they are. Now, 13 years down the ladder, it is one story to another. For us, we are not even as lucky as our big brother ASU. All the previous committees that have had to discuss with these committees, NASU, SANU, and NAT, never had the opportunity of dialoguing, of bargaining, of discussing and renegotiating with these committees, because we've been sidelined, we've been treated like second-hand clothing, we have been sent to the backgrounds. This is not the time to take it. This is democracy. Democracy is about the people. Democracy is about the power of the people, and therefore, we must make sure that government stand on its feet. These agreements must be respected. Universities must take a universal look. We must have the best of our brains. We must have our teachers, lecturers, members of staff, academic, non-academic, junior, senior, security. Everybody is important. And therefore, government must rise up to the occasion. Government must respect its signed agreements, and that this idea of divide and rule must not continue. The issue of IPs is no longer news to you. IPs has made everybody in the university community poorer. VCs are paid salaries of drivers, registrars are paid salaries of cleaners, and so on and so forth.
What you get today, you don't know what you get tomorrow. And that is why we are challenged. We have come up with our solutions. The U3PS is there. The UTAS is there. We are ready to work together. We will give them the best. We will not continue to rely on foreigners. This is Nigeria. This is our common patrimony. We must come together. We must fight. We must emancipate our people. The universities must come back to work. Our students should go back to classrooms. Our hostels should look decent. In our hostels today, you see 12, 20 students given official accommodation space. This can no longer continue. Gentlemen, the security has become something else. Our people, lecturers, teachers, everybody. No one is safe in the university community. These bandits go into the community. Big people at will. And we have to make do with payment of ransoms. This cannot continue. Distinguished comrades, I call on you. Please support the university. NLC, we say kudos to you. Ayuba, you have done the best. The greatest Nigerian workers! Nigerian workers, Nigerian students. Thank you and thank you very much from Sanu.
Thank you, Government President. We will take the voice of a mother and then we'll proceed to the National Assembly. The voice of Comrade Ene Obi. The water at the center. Remind how you command the amount to come to the center.
Mommy, they are not commanding you.
The President of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Distinguished comrades, this is a big day in Nigeria, and I want to congratulate the Nigerian Labour Congress, the President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, our global President, for this move. Congratulations to the President of ASU, Your Excellency. Adults for 5 months, adults for 51 months, for 55 months, then you know what we are talking about. Investment in is the greatest investment in any nation. If you are investing in education, you are not doing anybody a favor. You are investing in the human capital for your economy. You are preparing the future of the land. What is happening now is a failure of a generation. It's not we that have failed, but the leaders have failed. It's a failure of a generation. And so I want to call on the President of Nigeria, who is always shocked, seeming as if he's not in this land, who is always shocked when there is insecurity, who is shocked when children are at home. I want to tell you something. Most of the universities in the world are being maintained by the money of you and I, because of the looted funds that they have taken from my treasury. Why would you take the ladder off from those who prepared you? The children of the poor, most of those who are in government today, were products of the public universities. We have the greatest university was once a student union president. I know what it is to be 101. I know what it is to be 000. They remove subsidies, they call so-called subsidies. The present subsidies. What are you talking about as a subsidy? I was in the Nigerian Labour Congress. I started my work life from the Nigerian Labour Congress. There's nothing like subsidy. What kind of government is it that has 4 refineries, gigantic refineries, and you're not refining? You work on the year and you refine and you bring it back. And you tell the people of Nigeria that you are indeed paying subsidies. They are paying it to themselves. I want to remind everybody, I want to remind the politicians out of this life that nobody is living this world alive. They are looting the economy and you are building streets, not even have 6 feet. The politicians are emptying the world. They are looting the economy and